Hola, amigos hermosos y maravillosos. Hello, beautiful, wonderful amigos. Welcome to Sunday Night Live. See, tonight we're teaching numbers 0 to 100 in this screencast. So basically, I'm making comments about handout number 4, which has been newly published to your classroom resources. And you should look at handout number 4 or print it and have it at your side. That would be helpful. Okay, numbers 0 to 100. That sounds like a lot, but in fact, this is going to be very fast because most of them have patterns, just like there are in English. 51, 52, 53, 61, 62, 63. So you don't really have to learn every individual number. There are patterns that you can take advantage of to learn them. So let's see. 0 to 15 have no pattern. You just have to learn them. There's no system to them. You probably know most of them already because of things like Dora, mi amigo Dora. Whoa, mi amiga Dora. Sorry, feminine. Dora es mi amiga, not my amigo. Or Sesame Street, or wherever you learned your Spanish numbers. But many of you probably know Spanish numbers 1 to 10 or more already. Let's say them together. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Nice. So study them, Quizlet them, do whatever works for you until you learn numbers 0 to 15 that have no pattern. Numbers 16 to 19 do have a pattern to them. They are similar to, but not identical to, 10 and 6, 10 and 7, 10 and 8, 10 and 9. So since you probably already know 1 through 10 because of Dora, imagine 10 and 6. It would be 10 y 6, 10 and 6. Spanish 16 is similar but not identical. There's no spaces, so you have to mush those words together, squeeze out the spaces, and there's 2 spelling changes. The Z in 10 turns into a C. The Y that would be and E, the one-letter word E, turns into an I. So 16, as you'll see on your sheet, handout number 4 there, DIECISEIS. And in the case of a few of them, they add a written accent mark. 16, 22, and 23 add written accent marks, you'll see, which we don't want to explain today. We'll explain it someday when we get to talking about why accent marks exist to begin with and what circumstances control them. So 16 to 19 are 16, 17, 18, and 19. So they're pronounced identically to 10 and 6, 10 and 7, 10 and 8, 10 and 9, and they're spelled similarly. Remember, when you're going to write them, think, okay, it's like 10 and 6. And you know 10 and 6 already, I think. But no spaces, Z to C, Y to I, 2 spelling changes, and that will get you to spelling 16, 17, 18, 19 correctly. Then we get to 20, 20, V-E-I-N-T-E. Then 21 to 29 are similar, but not identical to 20 and 1, 20 and 2, 20 and 3. So imagine for a moment 20 and 1. It would be 20 y 1. So actual 21 is similar but not identical, but at least if you remember that part, that it's similar to 20 and 1, it will get you in the ballpark. So imagine 20 and 1. Now push them together, no spaces, one word. The final E in 20 disappears, and the Y that would be an and turns into an I. So for 21, for example, you have VEINTIUNO. Similar, but not identical to 20 and 1. 20 and 1 would be 20 y 1. This is one word, 21. losing the final E in 20, and the connecting E is not a Y in this case, but an I, 21. So then 20, 22, 22, excuse me, I messed that up. So 20, 20, 21, 21, 22, 22, 23, 23, 24, 24, 25, 25, 26, 26, 27, 27, 28, 28, and 29, 29. So earlier I'd been talking about ones that add accent marks. I made a mistake there. It's 16, 22, 23, and 26, which I hadn't previously mentioned. Those have written accent marks that 2, 3, and 6 don't, but 16, 22, 23, and 26 do. In this class, our expectation about numbers is knowing numbers 0 to 100 on a recognition level. So if your spelling is a little bit off, you'll survive this class. Of course, you should attempt for accuracy, but our real goal as teachers in Spanish 1 is recognition. Can you recognize numbers 0 to 100, spelling being secondary? So that gets us to 30. Now, it sounds like a long way from 30 to 100, but we'll be there in just a couple of minutes in this screencast, because 31 to 39, 41 to 49, 51 to 59, 61 to 69, 71 to 79, 81 to 89, and 91 to 99 all follow the same simple pattern. They really are 3 words. They don't mush together. 31 in Spanish is 3 words: 30 space E space uno, 30 space and space 1 uno. You remember E from the first handout, E2 and U, a 1-letter word, letter Y pronounced E. That's and in Spanish. So 30 is 30, then 31, 3 words: 30 space E space uno, 30 and 1. And that pattern is true for, as I said, 31 to 39, 41 to 49, 51 to 59, etc., up to 91 through 99. They're all 3 words. All the ones before that are 1 word. When you go 0 to 30, those are all 1 word in Spanish. None of them are interrupted with spaces. But then 31 to 39, 41 to 49, etc., are 3 words: 30 and 1. 30 space E space uno. This screencast is really going to be everything that you have for the teaching of numbers in our course, because we're going to use all of our class time, with only 2 days per week, to using and exercising and using them. So this is the teaching here. If you want to refer back to it, refer to handout number 4 and to this screencast for your instruction about how to form the numbers. If you're looking at handout number 4, you'll see an additional note, which is that any number ending in the uno sound, whether that's uno or 21, 21, or 31, 31, or 56,947,381, 81, any number ending in the uno sound drops its O when it appears in front of what we call a masculine noun in Spanish. And any number ending in uno sound changes its O to A when it's in front of what we call a feminine noun in Spanish. So, for example, chico, boy, 31 boys is 31 chicos. It dropped its O. But 31 girls is 31 chicas. It changed its O to an A. Now, in this class, we're mostly concerned about you using Spanish, being able to communicate, being able to understand things communicated to you and communicate and express yourself. So these grammar points and spelling points are kind of secondary, but I'll include them in there for those of you who can remember them or like all the details correct for you. So 31 to 39, 31, 32, 33. I know that you know 1 through 9 already, probably because of mi amiga Dora. So the y1, y2, y3, you already know that part. 31 to 39, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, and you get to 40, 40. So all you really need to know, if you think about it, over 30 are the tens, because you already know and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So 30 is 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 70, 80, 80, 90, 90, and 100 is CN. So there you have it, numbers 0 to 100 presented in just a few minutes. There are a few additional things there at the bottom of handout number 4 that we'll be using conversationally. For example, talking about age. The how old are you question in Spanish is ¿Cuántos años tienes? Let's say it. ¿Cuántos años tienes? In Spanish, that really means how many years do you have? Cuantos is how many, sounds like English quantity. Años is the plural noun years, and tienes is the you have part, the you form of the have verb. ¿Cuántos años tienes? How many years do you have? Your answer to that is tengo, number, años. Tango is the I version of the to have verb. So tango is I have. No tengo amigos. I have no friends. Tango is I have. So tengo amigos. Tengo 12 años is I have 12 years. Tengo un lápiz. I have a pencil. Tango is I have. So tengo number años. For example, you would say tengo 13 años. I have 13 years. It's the so Spanish way to do it. So now in our class, we know you're all 13 or 14. So just like we fib about the countries, in our class, tell me a phony age. Tell me tengo 70 años. I have 70 years. And then I can reward your classmates. Later on, I can say to them, how old was Carson today? And if you can tell me Carson was 70 today, I can give you a prize. That's the idea. So that was ¿Cuántos años tienes? And tengo number años. How many years do you have? I have number years. The next question is, ¿Cuál es tu número de teléfono? What's your phone number? ¿Cuál es tu número de teléfono? Let's say it. ¿Cuál es tu número de teléfono? And the answer is, mi número de teléfono es 978-251-3592, or whatever it is for you. Now, you don't have to give your real phone number. We're not trying to stalk you in this place, but so I can give you good credit, good participation credit, you should do something that sounds like it could be real or requires effort. I don't want to give you good participation points if you say, mi número de teléfono es 111-222. Oh, that's triste. Say something that could be real, like mi número de teléfono es 978-353-2187, or whatever. Let's see. Then on the bottom part of handout number 4, you have some additional things that really aren't tested material but are just for fun. One of them is, ¿Cómo se dice este número? How do you say this number? You'll know because I'll be holding up a flashcard in front of your face at that point in class. And you don't need a complete sentence. If I was holding up a flashcard that said 55, you would just say, for example, 55, 50 and 5. The other one is, ¿Puedes hacer este problema? Puedes hacer este problema means, can you do this problem? Again, I'll be holding up a flashcard in front of you that says, for example, 3 times 3. So the only thing more fun than math is math in Spanish. Fabuloso. Mi amiga la señora Hierros dice fabuloso. Sí, sí. So you need plus, minus, times, divided by, is equal to. They're there on the lower right part of handout number 4. Más is more or plus. Menos, minus or less. Por, times. Same word as in por favor. In other places it means by, and other possible meanings. Here it's times or multiplied by. Dividido en, divided in, literally, or we would say divided by probably. And es igual a is equal to. Hey, igual, do you recognize that? It's related to the term you had on handout number 1, igualmente. Igualmente meaning equally, and igual meaning equal. So más, menos, por, dividido en, and es igual a, so that we can have fun with saying your numbers in Spanish. And then the last thing on that sheet is when I introduce you to another classmate, as we do in conversation time, I'll also be saying things like Zach, ¿tienes una pregunta para Allison? Zach, do you have a question for Allison? I'm trying to get you to ask her a question. Or I might say, Zach, ¿tienes dos preguntas para Allison? So you might say to her, ¿Cómo estás? How are you? ¿Cuántos años tienes? How old are you? This is the beginning of building a very rich conversation in our Spanish classroom. Zach, ¿tienes tres preguntas para Allison? Do you have 3 questions for Allison? That might be, ¿Cómo estás, Allison? ¿De dónde eres? ¿Cuál es tu número de teléfono? How are you, Allison? Where are you from? What's your phone number? So these are all the baby steps that will carefully weave together to build a very rich conversational culture in your classroom over the course of the year. So that about covers handout number 4. You may want to pause the screencast or watch it more than once. Watch it with handout number 4 next to you so that you can capture this material. So handout number 1 was the basic conversation of, hi, how are you? Let me introduce you to. My name is, what's your name? Pleased to meet you, and bye. Handout number 2 was the where are you from? I am from. Where is Mary from? Mary is from. Handout number 3 was the classroom objects, which we've been using in class. We're still in the middle of that handout, actually. That is basically not tested material. And handout number 4 are numbers 0 to 100. So to review for a moment as we get into the later parts of Unit 1 here, what are as teachers, what are our expectations for what you get out of this? As I've had on the whiteboard in the classroom in recent days, my hope is that you would be able to exchange names. My name is, what's your name? Exchange how you're doing. Come on in, buddy. Hi, Xavier. Say hi, Xavier.
Hi.
Hi, what you got today?
Nintendo Switch.
Oh, show me your Nintendo Switch.
Oh.
Nice.
I can't show you because I can see a little bit.
Okay.
Wait.
Te amo. What does te amo mean in Spanish?
I love you.
Oh, good job. Thank you, Xavier. My students, I'm sure they love seeing you. It breaks up this boring screencast. Okay.
Wait, you do that and then other people do it?
Tomorrow, students will be watching this, or sometime this week they'll be watching it. Say. All right, I'm going to get back to work. You can hang out if you want to, but I have to get back to work without any more without stopping again. Where was I? Okay. So from handout number 1, I hope you can exchange names. My name is, what's your name? Open and close a conversation. Hi, bye. Exchange how you're doing. ¿Cómo estás? Yo estoy bien. ¿Y tú? Make an introduction. Te presento a Mary. Mucho gusto, Mary. And am I forgetting one? There's 5 of them. Open and close, exchange name, exchange how you're doing, make an introduction. Oh, yes. And then it's from handout number 2, exchange where you're from. ¿De dónde eres? Yo soy de Bolivia. ¿Y tú? So that was handouts number 1 and 2. You come out with 5 things out of that. The countries are not tested. Handout number 3 is not tested. In handout number 4, what I would think of as tested material is being able to recognize numbers 0 to 100, take your best shot at spelling them, and those two new questions there. How old are you? I am X years old. What's your phone number? My phone number is blah, blah, blah. So when you boil it down, that's what you should know out of the first 4 handouts. And other than that, I think it's time to say ciao for now. Adios. Hasta la bye-bye.